This is the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast.
What is up, dudes? This is Trent. I am joined by Phill, Jordan, and Seth. We got another draft coming for you here. So today's draft, we are going to have a movie dads draft, our favorite dads from movies. This is coming out just right after Father's Day. So we're gonna have three rounds of a dad's draft just on movies. Phill, anything you want to say while I pull up these draft results to figure out the draft order from last week?
Are you asking me because I'm like the longest term dad on this pod?
You're the longest term dad.
Also the
longest
worst.
tenured.
Longest tenured, but the worst.
Yes. Actually, you know what? I don't think that's even debated. It's probably like.
Wait, what is the story you told us the other day when your daughter stood up at the table?
Oh yeah.
That probably can't be said.
No. Yeah, we can say it. So my second oldest daughter's having a rough day, and she's just like I have four daughters, which I think we've mentioned, but my second oldest daughter.
This is a girl dad pod.
This is a girl dad pod. So my second oldest daughter's having a rough time. Everyone's making her mad. She's frustrated. And my oldest daughter's trying to help her out. She's just like, it's okay. Like, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Like, hey, everything's going to be all right. And then she's just trying to, gas her up. Like, hey, it's okay. Like, you're doing awesome. Like, just, whatever. And then my second goes, you know what? The other thing that makes me mad is we never do anything fun in this house. And then my oldest daughter's like, actually, that part is true.
I thought that was hilarious. I was like, so funny.
I just look at my wife. I'm like, what?
You're like, what? We're fun.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's true. We never do anything fun around here. And I'm just like, oh, man. I mean, you have to know these girls, but yeah, it's a rough time, They just turn on me, and I am.
And they stick together.
They stick together. I'm significantly outgunned.
Yep, it's true.
All right, so recapping our breakup songs draft, we had Caleb from Beware Bulldogs on that draft. Caleb took Gives You Hell with 101, and then he did Somebody to Love and Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Team 2, which was Phill. He had More Than Memory, Someone Like You, and Landlocked Blues. Shocker, Phill did not make the draft board. We did not put him on there. You're only allowed to do 4 options on Twitter.
I probably would have won.
You would not have won.
You would not have won.
The comments, everyone loved it in the comments. We had a guy who said he would have chose me, but then Landlocked Blues threw him off.
Yes. So there's a lot of hate for Landlocked Blues. Team 4 was myself. It had Picture to Burn.
We have a guy here who's going to have a wedding. Have you heard that song?
Never.
Okay.
Terrible.
Team 3 was Unanswered Prayers by Garth Brooks, Apologize, and Bleeding Love. Team 4 was Picture to Burn, Before He Cheats, and Rolling in the Deep. Team 5 was Since You've Been Gone, Heartless, and Somebody That I Used to Know. Our winner was Team 5 with 43% of the votes.
He had a good draft.
Jordan had 19% of the votes, and I had 24% of the votes, and then Caleb
What
had
did it look like
14%
on
of the votes.
IG? Did you do one on
I didn't save it. That's the problem. I have to hit that save, but I don't think.
I think my Heartless pick really got me.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good one because that was the only like hip hop one I got. I think that was the only hip hop breakup song, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the only one
Probably
on
helped
there.
you.
So.
All right. So draft order is going to be Seth, me, Jordan, Phill. Sorry you didn't make the draft board, Phill. The good thing is there's only 4 of us, so you will make the draft board this time. So
I'm going last?
Yeah, just some.
I feel like I should get to go second since I didn't get to.
No, so here's the deal. Unless Seth wants to take a different pick. I don't know. We did some movies that I just asked on Twitter. What are some movies, some best movie dads? One guy said this. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Okay.
Put some
hot sauce on my burrito, baby. Then Trace _J40 said Goofy, and then Jack Mamba said Homer Simpson. There was some other stuff on Instagram also. There was one guy said Kevin Costner in the Superman movie. That was Zach. And then just a lot of stuff like that. So Seth, you go first. You have the draft board here. We got our dad draft. So what are you taking 101 here, Seth?
I'm taking Liam Neeson in Taken.
Oh, that is such a good.
I think
that's a good
number
gift.
one.
I mean, a good pick.
I mean,
Ultimate
can you think
dad.
of that is ultimate dad? Your daughter gets taken, and you go to the absolute ends of the world to find her, and you kill everybody.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
Here's the thing.
That's the exact thing I would want to do if that happened to my daughter.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
But also it's like that's a little different pick than what you'd maybe pick of like a funny dad in a movie, but that's just more like I think every dad could have that feeling.
The only problem with Taken was it was a great movie. I loved it. What's it when he says, "I know who you are. I'm going to find you."
No,
He said, "I don't know who you are, but I will find you and I will kill you."
Yeah. The thing is how did they have it taken to?
They had
How's that
3. They
possible?
had up
There's
to
yeah.
3.
I think there's
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Liam Neeson always plays the same character in a lot of movies, which kind of hurts it. But like when Taken first came out, and I remember watching it the first time, I was like, man, that was
The
great.
first Taken was so good.
It was a great movie.
Absolutely. I love Taken.
I'm also a big Liam Neeson fan. So
Are you just because of Narnia or what?
and Star Wars.
I forget
Liam Neeson
he's in
was
Star
I
Wars.
The
forget
Phantom
he's
Menace.
in Narnia.
Yeah.
You forgot that? How can you forget that? He's Aslan, Phil.
I know. I didn't think that's where you.
His voice is iconic.
Yes,
Yes.
Trent, that is.
Well,
I was surprised that's the first movie you brought up.
Yeah,
about him,
that's
though,
what I'm saying.
other than we talked about.
how
but-
could that not be the first movie you bring up?
All right, so I think I'm a little bit different here with my pick. I kind of went more like on the, like, because that's not a comedy. And usually you think of like best movie dads. I was thinking the first thing that came to my head was more like a funny dad or something like that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what I'm.
thinking.
That's my roster right now.
So I think that'll set me apart a little bit.
So who is up next? Because we're kind of.
I'm up next.
So you're
I'm
taking a little time.
struggling
Yeah.
here.
Hey,
Hurry
Trent,
up.
I'm gonna put you on the shot clock.
Jordan,
here,
do you
man.
know who you want?
I do know who I want. So hurry up.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Steve Martin in Father of the Bride. I think that's a good one.
Trent,
And
you looked
That's
at
a
my
good one.
screen, didn't you?
No, I don't. Phil, I have a million things going on during these pods. I
I'm
had to
watching
put-
you. I'm watching you.
I
Look
know,
up.
but like I have to type everybody's names in here. But
What's
yeah,
his name? If you like him so much, what's his name on the?
his name is Lucky Day.
No, that's.
I can't remember his. I can't remember what his name
That's
is.
embarrassing. That
I
you
do
get
like
that
Steve
pick
Martin
and
a
you
lot
can't
though.
remember.
Yeah, his name is Franck.
No,
What is his name again?
George
Phil?
Banks.
George Banks. Yes, they plays basketball in the front yard
with his daughter.
Saves his house.
That is such. That
it's
is
a good
it's
movie.
such
It's
a good movie.
It's a good movie. I think that's maybe
Have
a
you
little
seen it,
bit
Jordan?
early there.
I don't know if I've seen the
You
movie.
would like it. It's a rom com.
1993.
It's a rom com. You would like it. It's in.
It's a com. He doesn't like comedy.
But I think he likes rom coms, right, Jordan?
Oh, I actually think I may have seen this.
You
You
have
probably
to
have.
have seen
It's an iconic movie.
It's a good movie. I may be a little early there with that one. The fact that I stole Phil's pick doesn't make me feel
I
good.
think I got a winner here.
So I'm going with that one. What do you got here, Jordan?
I got Chris Gardner, played by Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness.
That's a good one. That was the
Good one.
picture.
I
of the
remember
tweet.
watching that movie in school and like kind of being that movie made me sad.
No, he is like he literally sacrifices his whole life and goes like the things he does for his son. I mean, the wife leaves the kid with
It's
him
sad,
and
yeah.
single dad, basically on their homeless on the streets. Like, yeah, it's a really good movie. I think he's a great dad.
Here's the problem with that movie is I've seen it a lot, right? But I've never seen the ending. I only watched it at school.
Oh,
Like,
so
that's-
you only watched
good.
it during
Yeah,
a
no, I know,
period?
but like they bring it in, so I've always seen it like hour
Yeah,
and a half.
that
And
would
they get
wa-
shut off, so
yeah,
I don't
that-
know the ending. I need to just sit down and watch it sometime.
It's a
But
good
I've-
ending for what it's worth.
Yeah,
like,
but I've
The
seen
Rubik's Cube part was cool.
the problem is I've
Yeah.
seen it so many times up to that one part. I just need to watch the last 20
last
minutes
20
to call it
minutes.
good. So yeah, that
I think it's also one of Will Smith's like he's done some awesome stuff, but I think it's one of his
you think that's one of his better ones.
and I think it's different for him. It's like a different role for him too, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not action. It's not like
He
but-
can do so many different
Yeah,
things.
he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So so Seth, what do you got here?
I already
do you do?
picked.
It's Phil.
It's
Phil.
me.
Phil, we already went. So wait, let me recap this
No,
draft.
I haven't.
Phil
I haven't
hasn't
gone.
picked.
Oh, Phil
Phil
hasn't
is
picked. My
last.
bad.
Dude, you are, man.
I
what's
would
up
love
with
it if you took the notes, Phil, on this draft.
It would be
all
a
of them,
much more
actually.
well-ran show.
Then
I'll
you
tell
should
that.
do that. Then you should do it. Put your
Um,
money where your mouth is. for
I
once in
am
your
going
life.
with. I think I got a sleeper here, but I probably. I'm worried that if I take it too early. All right, I'm gonna take. All right, I think I can get this guy later. I'm gonna take Marlin from Finding Nemo.
That is not bad, and that is a
That's
a
pretty
pick
good, Trent.
I was not.
That's
seeing.
the name of the one who swims all over.
Finding Nemo, they're fish.
Yeah, I understand that, but the dad is the one who swims to find him.
Yes, he goes on a whirlwind
You
adventure
know,
to find
I
him.
don't have kids. I don't watch Finding Nemo every day, Phil.
Finding Nemo came out when you were a kid.
Yeah, but you probably watched it 5 times
No,
since the last time I've watched it.
It's one of the movies that I don't like. My favorite Disney movie is Ratatouille. Easily my favorite.
Solid.
It's
fine.
okay. Like I've seen it a couple times.
Finding Nemo came out in 2003, Jordan.
How many times have you watched it since 2003?
Probably only 3 times.
Oh, I don't know how many times.
That is a sneaky dad pick right there. Finding Nemo, like what he does to get there.
He does his best to get his son back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Is that like the cartoon version of Taken?
Man, did that come out after Taken?
There's some parallels.
Yeah, it's
In the
very
same-
similar storylines.
In the same way that I Am Legend is a dog movie. This has some similarities too. You want to recap this, Trent, so we can get moving on here?
So the first round recap, Seth took Taken. I took Father of the Bride, George Banks. What's Liam Nelson's name in that movie, Seth?
Neeson is his name. Liam Neeson.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, Phil gave me a hard time for not knowing the guy's name. That's the way I'm doing it.
I was just mad because
All right. Jordan took Chris Gardner, Pursuit of Happiness. Phil took Marlin in Finding Nemo. And today's draft is brought to you by Manscaped. The modern man is a man who takes care of himself. Manscaped isn't just for life's special occasions. It's a requirement for optimal health, superior hygiene, and healthy self-esteem. You now have the right tools for a safe and precise grooming in hard-to-navigate areas. Hopefully you listened to our advice, went to Manscaped, entered Dudes20 for 20% off your whole order. Maybe you got your dad the weed whacker, some underwear. There's all kinds of good stuff there. Go on there, tell them the Dudes sent you. Enter that Dudes20. Really helps us out, guys. So, so Phil, here you go. You're up here on the board. What are you going to take?
Oh, we're doing Snake? Excuse me.
Sorry, I am messed up. Who won this draft? Seth won the last draft. Seth's up.
Okay, I'm going to go with one of Robin Williams' best performances, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay,
that's a solid one. I've seen that one once. It's okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, he does a good job.
It's funny.
I've not seen it.
The guy doesn't get enough time with his children because his ex-wife doesn't want them to be with him as much.
Okay.
And so he pretends to be a babysitter. So when his wife has to work, he goes to his ex-wife's house and babysits his kids.
Gotcha. He's the cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, his kids don't like him, and that relationship he forms with them, pretending to be a woman,
Isn't there a Martin Lawrence one that's very similar to that? What's the Martin Lawrence one?
Big Mama's House?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's so good.
Similar,
yeah, it's so good. That's a good movie.
So yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams. His name's Daniel Hilliard in the movie, or Mrs. Doubtfire.
Man, I have a couple here. I'm gonna go with Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. His dad hangs out with him on that one. He's his gunner. He ends up shooting the tail off the plane, all that stuff. He calls him Junior the whole time. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I'm not sure about this remake they're making. I don't know if I'll watch it or not. I love it. The original trilogy is great. I'm a big Harrison Ford guy, so I'm sure I will see it. But
who's plays his character?
It's the Indiana Jones. It's gonna be Harrison Ford.
Oh, he's still
still it. Yeah, so they're bringing him back.
That makes me automatically out. Like,
you don't like Harrison Ford?
He's good, but I think it'd be cool to have like another character come in.
He's literally like he is Indiana Jones.
I know. Maybe like Indy Jr. Something like that.
I don't know. I think they kind of tried that with the one with aliens, the last one. But yeah, this is
I don't know.
Last Crusade. It's my favorite. What's your favorite Indiana Jones, Seth?
What was that?
What's your favorite Indiana Jones?
I think I like the original one the best.
Really?
I like the first one too.
I don't know. I think the first time I watched it, I was just like, this is really cool. I think the original one is just...
I think I like all the horseback riding. They're killing Nazis, all that stuff. Like the Last Crusade's really good. Its name is Henry Walton Jones Sr. and plays Dr. Jones's dad.
Hank.
So.
Well, the first one is the... what's the first one? It's with the Ark of the Covenant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one because I'm a big fan of like the World War II era. I'm a big history guy, so I like the Indiana Jones movies because of the history.
Okay. All right, who's up next here? Since you guys know the draft order better than I do.
It is me. I'm gonna go off the board here. This is not my dislike of comedy movies is well documented, but this guy's pretty funny. He's Noah Levinstein from American Pie. The American Pie series.
I've never seen him.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I know it's a little off the board, but I don't know. I mean,
you might get some Twitter votes.
I know. I mean,
You're gonna get some Twitter votes. You're gonna get some Twitter votes.
I think the actor is Eugene Levy. Have you guys know who I'm talking about, though, right?
No,
I don't.
Which one is he? Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. For the sake of the family pod, I can't always speak to all of his moments in the movies, but he has some pretty funny moments in those movies. So
Nice.
No,
I'm into it. Hey, here, live your truth, Jordan. I think that's what they say.
I knew this was a little touchy subject here. A little slippery slope with Mr. Levenstein, but
well, mine's kind of bad in cleanup order to that one. Just
okay. So, but I knew the Twitter people would love it.
The Twitter people are gonna love it, and I think the Twitter people are gonna love mine. I think this one actually might win it. I hope. If we have anybody out there who's smart, it's my turn, right? I'm up.
Yeah.
Or it's you.
No, I just went.
Okay, so then it's me.
Who did Seth take again? I'm sorry.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay, yeah. I think Seth's gonna win off of those two picks.
I am, and especially my third one's gonna kill it.
Just wait for this
Okay,
one.
what do you got, Phil?
I almost want a drum roll for this. I hope I don't. Thank you. I'm getting a drum
This
roll.
is gonna flop.
Clark Griswold.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
Oh,
take.
that's
That's
a
a
good
good
one.
one. That's what I was gonna. I was
Like he
hoping
wants his family to have a fun
good one.
Christmas, right? And he will go to great lengths to make sure his family has a good cut down tree, to make sure they have a well lit home, to make sure everyone in his household is
That's such a good
is
movie.
happy. It's such a good movie. I haven't seen any of the other ones, but that one is so good, and he's just
You have to watch that every Christmas season.
yeah, for sure, absolutely. It is a good movie. Clark Griswold, the guy, he's a great dad.
So the problem.
I was hoping it would fall to me. Why didn't you go with it?
I thought I could get it, and the problem is here's the deal. I take Christmas vacation every year for our Christmas movie thing. I didn't take macaroni and cheese for the barbecue. I feel lame every draft doing the same things. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I can't just do macaroni and cheese every single draft.
Yeah.
I can't.
Trent
do
is
Clark
trying to
Griswold.
broaden
I'm
his
trying to-
interests.
Yeah.
But no,
Here's the
I
thing. There's a
absolutely
lot
agree.
of other things that would make you feel lame over that. It's like you should have just done it.
Sorry, people know I like that movie. It's fine. You
I
can
feel
have
like that's
it.
a good
I'll
one.
share it with you.
Clark Griswold. Can I say another one that I doubt will be taken?
No, just wait.
No,
Just
it's not.
wait.
It's not even on your guys' radar.
Phil, for what it's
No,
worth,
just wait.
Clark Griswold is not batting cleanup compared to Mr. Levenstein.
It's just as bad.
It's
It's worse.
Yeah.
You think it's worse?
Never mind.
The movie American Pie is more family appropriate than.
No, I'm saying
No. He's saying it's
Levenstein
not
should be batting cleanup to
for
Mr.
Griswold. Yeah,
Yes.
Chevy Chase.
Mhm.
Chevy. It's cool that two of the three amigos have made the board.
No, that's true. It's true.
You got to do that.
You got to, yeah. We're just missing. I don't think.
No, he's in Father of the Bride.
But Martin Short's never been a dad character.
No.
I don't think so. All right. So recapping that round, we had Mrs. Doubtfire, Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones's dad, Noah Livingston from American Pie, and Clark Griswold. In today's draft, this round is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is the dude's favorite place to play DFS. Enter promo code dudes. It will match you up to $100. It's just they got rivals. They have lines you can play against. They got best ball drafts. It's best ball season. Whatever your budget is, Underdog is there for you. So if maybe you're watching a hockey game, maybe you're watching a baseball game, you want to make it a little more fun, go to Underdog and see what plays you can do there. Enter dudes, they'll match you up to $100. Okay, last round. What do you got here, Seth?
Okay, I'm gonna go with a newer movie here. I'm gonna go with John Krasinski, who plays Lee Abbott in A Quiet Place.
That's a good one, Seth. Dang it, Seth. You probably gonna win this
Sacrifices
one.
himself for his children so they can make it.
Yep. No, that's a good
I
one.
don't even know what
that's
that
a
movie
spoiler
is.
for
And-
what it's worth. That
and
is
he
a
just
spoiler.
spoiled the whole thing. I
Spoiler
turned
of
it
the
off. I
movie.
turned it
Honestly,
off.
this
I
movie's
turned
a
the
couple
movie
years
off.
old. You should have seen it by now. So sacrifices himself so his
You
wife.
can either read a book or you can watch that movie,
his wife
Jordan,
who's
unless you
in
know
labor,
sign
by the way.
language.
Is that the one? Is that the one that won all the awards at the Oscars?
Yeah, I think so.
I
They
parked
don't.
cars
They
at the
do.
Oscars.
They
Did I
don't
tell you
talk
guys
very
that?
much. They whisper a lot. They do a lot of sign language. He dies.
Their daughter
for-
is deaf.
Yeah, basically,
That's not a spoiler.
if they had a book on that movie, there'd be less reading in the book than what's on that movie. That's how much reading you have to do on that movie.
It's true. That's a good point.
Like I was 30 minutes in, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me."
This is a good movie though, Trent.
Well, what Trent's
Reading
like
is hard for
the
Trent.
problem is
not-
he's like, can we go back 2 scenes? I'm not sure where we're at. He's like, I know the monster's chasing them, but I'm not sure if it's friend or foe.
Trent blinked and he forgot what happened.
Basically,
So I'm gonna go.
That's a
with
good
that
one, Seth. Seth might win this one. He might go.
I'm definitely winning this
yeah.
one.
no, that's good. I'm gonna go with. I have one I really want to do, but it's a Western. I don't think Western's going to do good on the draft.
I think it
board.
actually might perform well, Trent.
You think so?
Depending on what Western you're talking about and the actor that you're talking about, I think it will perform well.
Well, I'm thinking about it. It's John Wayne. It's Big Jake, but he's a grandpa, so I think that takes him out. But he's helping his grandson, so
No,
I
I was
think
gonna
that
ask-
disqualifies him. I think because he's a grandpa in the movie, not a
No,
father.
I would think it's a father figure.
I don't know.
You're
Then,
saying
then we
no?
can do Big Daddy. Then you know what I mean?
I
Like,
wanted to.
I
That's
thought
why
about,
I brought
thought
it
about
up.
putting
Yeah.
Big Daddy in there also. That's why you're trying to stretch it. I'm gonna go with Mufasa from The Lion King.
That's a good one.
You know, he's there for Simba, and actually Zach sent this out to me. Mr. Lopes put this on our Instagram, and I thought it was a good one. Mufasa he wants to save his son. He wants to promise him everything.
Tone
He hangs him
Lopes.
over there. Yeah.
Everything the light touches.
Everything the light touches right there. So Mufasa, that movie, you know, that movie has you crying about 15 minutes in, you know, and then those hyenas are terrifying.
Oh
So
yeah.
I almost think that's an adult movie, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I didn't like it that much as a child. I don't think.
What scared me, those hyenas were mean.
Yeah, well, at least you're not as. We got to give him a shout out, Caleb. I think he said his scariest thing he ever watched was Lord of the Rings. Like, what is going on?
Well, what's scarier? Yeah, exactly.
that
Yeah.
was so funny. All right, let's go. Who's next?
Alrighty, what do we got here? Jordan
Okay,
is next.
I got it's pretty off. It's not off the board, but like I don't know exactly how it fits in. Like,
this draft.
yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Darth Vader.
That
That's a
was
good
one
one.
I had today, and I totally it slipped my mind. That's a
Like,
great one. Darth
it's-
Vader's a great one.
Like, yes, he
pretty
didn't.
good,
He wasn't
Jordan.
like a great dad, but like
But at the very end,
in
when
the very
when
end,
it came through,
He comes through.
Yeah.
And like just the storyline of it makes him a great dad, a great movie dad, right? Because the storyline of his relationship with his son and
no, I agree.
Or
yeah.
even the realization in the theater when people realized that
Yes.
when he
Oh,
was
yeah.
his dad, everyone's like shocked.
Yeah.
You know, they made it. I don't know. That was a cool part.
yeah.
No,
I feel like in the third round, it's I got American Pie character and Darth Vader. So
like if
I'm-
you would have
I'm
took
all over
Darth
the place.
Vader earlier
side.
than the third, I think it maybe wouldn't have been bad. But where you got him, I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
When I
Jordan.
said we
that's
were
pretty
gonna-
sneaky.
When I said
I'm
we were
shocked
going to
that
do,
you didn't say it, Seth.
no, when you
I
said
didn't, that didn't come to my brain because I thought like Darth Vader was a villain, so maybe that's why it never crossed.
Yeah, it's
my
just
brain.
it's a weird. Yeah.
no, I almost that was one that I actually had on my list of somebody, and I forgot it. Like I made a mental list. I have to do a writing list, but I'm worried about people looking at my list, so I do worse when I don't make a list. I just need to let Phil just realize he probably hasn't seen the movie anyways. We wanted to do a movie mom draft for Mother's Day, but we kind of decided against that. So
Yep.
sorry about that. Seth, who's up here? Phil's
It's me.
next. What do you
It's
got?
the last
Phil?
pick of the draft.
So it's the last pick of the draft. I'm just gonna say him because one that we missed is the dad from Red Dawn.
Yeah, that's a good
I'm
one.
not
but
choosing.
he's-
I'm not choosing that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not choosing.
I
I'm just kind
agree.
of talking.
I agree.
Why don't
He's a
you
good
make your
dad.
pick first?
He has
and
that
then
great
talk
scene. He's
about
like,
the ones you-
avenge me, avenge me. You know what I'm saying? And he taught him how to hunt, live off the land.
Wolverines.
Yeah, exactly. That's such a great scene.
It's a great
The first
movie.
one is way better. There's
Yeah, the
OG
original.
one.
The original
Yeah,
is
the
better.
original is better.
The problem is he just didn't have a big enough role. I guess Mufasa didn't have a big role either, though.
No. He's not my pick. I'm just saying.
No,
and
I
so
know he's not.
the picks that I'm struggling with right now are Bob from The Incredibles, the dad from The Incredibles, pretty cool dude, superhero. Then I'm also struggling with, and this is the one that I'm a little bit worried about. I think it could potentially be a landlocked Blues pick. Is The Road? Did anyone see The Road?
I'm not helping you with this draft.
All right, so
Can
I'm
you
gonna,
make a pick
yeah,
already?
I'm gonna go with Bob from Incredibles. So Mr. Incredible.
Bob Parr.
Is that really his last name's Bob Parr?
His name's Parr. Yeah.
So Bob.
Helen Parr.
Oh,
So Phil went 2 cartoons here, 2 Pixar.
yep.
Phil is a dad
I'm a dad.
of
Yeah.
young children.
And you guys got some really good ones in between there. I was gonna say the dad from The Road, but you guys haven't seen that? I've read the book and seen that one. It's
Nerd alert.
Vigo Mortensen, I think his name is.
Vigo.
What is that one?
It's like a post-apocalyptic.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's.
And his son's like in that shopping cart. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Some that we missed is no one took Godfather.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that could have been taken.
Yeah, he's the guy. Yeah, it's V. Yeah, that's the one, Seth, where he's walking around like.
I want to say I've seen that, and I was like just very weirded out by the movie.
That's the it's the writing style of the author. It's supposed to feel that way. Like
It just feels weird.
Yeah, he that's the way he writes. It's if you read the book, it's actually a really good book. But yeah, it's a great book.
All right. So recapping the whole draft, we had Seth took Taken, Mrs. Doubtfire, Quiet Place. I took Father of the Bride, George Banks, Indiana Jones's dad, Mufasa. Jordan took Chris Gardner from Pursuit of Happiness, Noah Livingston from American Pie, and Darth Vader. Phil took Marlon from Finding Nemo, Clark Griswold, and Bob from The Incredibles. Just some stuff we missed here, like Homer Simpson. Someone said,
Homer. I feel like Homer
that's
Simpson's
a TV
like
show
TV
too.
show, yeah.
TV show.
There's a Simpsons movie.
There is a
I
Simpsons
just think
movie.
TV show though. You know.
What else did we kind of miss here? There's a lot of
that's
movies
the-
with
the-
like
the
the
guy
dad from
from-
Warrior.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. The dad from Warrior.
He's not a great dad.
He tries to be. He tries to get off the booze, a little bit. Tries to. No, he goes clean. And he only. What are you talking about?
Warrior, when the two brothers fight each
Yeah,
other.
he goes clean. He goes
Does he?
clean.
So you think that would have been a good pick?
Yeah, and then he brings the brothers together. He's a great dad. Oh, he wasn't a great dad, and he's working to become a better dad. I think that's the point of him in that movie. And then he starts to like the other son, or like they start to get. No one said the dad from Kicking and Screaming.
That's not a bad one.
He like
Will
fires
Ferrell.
up Will Ferrell.
I thought about Will Ferrell's dad in Elf.
that's a good one.
I thought about Arnold Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way. Why am I only thinking Christmas movies? Peter McAllister left his kids at home.
They really come out like the dads come out in the Christmas movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like there's any others that I mean, what is it? The Cheaper by the Dozen, another Steve Martin
That was
movie.
another one I wanted to go with, but it's like you can't have two Steve Martins on one draft
It's
board.
hard. I wanted to. Yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to go with
Well,
that
especially
one. I ended
one
up not
guy.
doing
Like
it.
even you going two Pixar movies, I feel like that hurts you.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, you guys had a lot. I don't know. I don't think my draft could have been better though. You get what I'm saying? Like there weren't a lot of options there. We're struggling to come up with other dads here.
Yeah, well,
and I was on the back half of the draft every single time.
the problem is like Terminator. There's
Hold
a
up,
dad in that.
besides my first pick, all my other picks were open up to you guys.
Yeah, no, Seth had a great draft.
Who was your draft in two? Who was your draft in two?
Seth
It was
had
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Doubtfire.
see, I wouldn't have wanted that one.
See, I
You wouldn't
watched
want that one in number one?
No.
See, that was one that my wife really likes. That movie, I don't really care for it. It's just okay.
I think a lot of people like Mrs. Doubtfire.
a lot of people
so I think-
do.
What about the one with Denzel Washington where he robs a bank and is going to shoot himself to give his heart to his son?
I haven't seen it.
Have you not seen? Do you know which one I'm talking about? Our producer knows. What is that movie called? It's a good one though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man on Fire. That's not a dad, but that's a good one. Actually, the dad's terrible in Man on Fire. But I think that does it, guys. I think.
Vote for me,
I
baby.
know we missed a lot here, but anyways. All right, guys. We will see you next time, and as always, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.